This is Arc Sports.
Welcome in to Arc's PDX Sports. Good people. Tyree Smith, my brother Guillermo Motta alongside me tonight. We got a nice show for you folks.
What a week, huh?
It's been absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you folks. We got a lot on the gridiron on the list today. Ducks on the gridiron. Sure. I read the script wrong. All right. We got Ducks on the gridiron, Cascadia action, and everybody's favorite sister is retiring in fast break.
Whew.
But that's why you'll have to wait to it. But first, we got a special guest, don't we, G?
Olivia, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you guys?
So we decided to invite Olivia Arciniega from Oregon Ducks. We see her at the Oregon Ducks games, football games.
Yep. She covers the Oregon Ducks, broadcaster for KWVA in Sports in Eugene. She also reports for Big Ten Plus. Come on now.
That's more big time than us.
That's what I was telling you. She big time. We the little stars. She's the big star, but I'm going to let you go ahead first. You found Olivia when you were at the, I want to say rivalry game, but it wasn't that much of a game.
We can put that behind us.
Okay, you want to put that?
Olivia, so we want to bring you on this show just because I saw you have an interesting story, but then I talked to you on the phone, and your story got even more interesting. So tell us your major, what you're studying, and what you do for the school.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a senior at the University of Oregon, and I'm actually a business major. I came into the university thinking that I wanted to pursue sports marketing, sports finance, but I knew I wanted to work in sports in some capacity. And it really all just clicked when I found KWVA Sports, as you mentioned. They are the outlet for anything. If you're a student at the University of Oregon and you want to get into sports media, you have to go through KWVA Sports. I mean, they offer broadcasting. We're the flagship for 5 Oregon teams. We offer opportunities for photography, for game coverages. You get in those press conferences. It's just amazing. So that's really how I got started as a broadcaster. And then, of course, with the pairing and the merge with Big Ten for Oregon, that just opened a whole bunch of opportunities into the Student U program, where we provide the talent for Big Ten Plus. I do the sideline reporting. I was the voice of Oregon lacrosse for Big Ten Plus, and just so much more. There's so many opportunities, and honestly, I just feel so grateful. I'm a senior now. I've got one more year, and just looking at the experience I've had so far, it's been unreal.
Olivia, where are you from, by the way?
I'm originally from New Jersey, actually, northern New Jersey.
Okay, so you talk about, you know a little bit about the West Coast football now. You know a lot about East Coast football. What I gotta ask you. I gotta ask her. I gotta get into this now.
I'm scared.
You don't be scared. I just want to know, what's one of the biggest differences that you've seen while covering the Oregon Ducks at your time there?
Oh, let's see. I would say that just in general, everything on the East Coast is very fast paced.
Yeah.
Everything moves a million miles a minute. And while everything in sports, I feel like moves a million miles a minute sometimes, everything at Oregon is, and not to say it isn't in the East Coast, but everything's very well organized. There's time to take breaks. I feel like just everything, it just fits into my personality very well. And I've loved my experience working with teams and just in the media. And it's honestly, that's been my biggest difference. I haven't had much experience working with East Coast football teams or East Coast sports teams, but just the general experience I've had at Oregon, it's been amazing.
Happy for you. I'm happy. I'm telling you, she's a big timer. She don't need us.
I know she doesn't need us,
Yeah.
but we need her because she knows about the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, we need content. All right. Anyway, okay, Olivia, I do have to ask you. All right, Olivia, I do have to ask you. You were talking about your major, what you're studying. How did you get into the Oregon Ducks and the sports in general? What caught your attention that you wanted to do this?
Yeah, I mean, so actually it starts way back in New Jersey. I'm a huge WNBA fan. So of course, Liberty from New York, Sabrina Ionescu, just it drew my attention to Oregon. And then with that, you can't ignore the football team and how amazing they were. I've seen Marcus Mariota play growing up, Justin Herbert, all the big names. And so it was an easy decision to come to the University of Oregon. And it's been a goal of mine to work with all the teams and football in some capacity. So still being able to go and work these games is just, again, I say it so much, but unreal.
Do you have a favorite game or moment in recent memory that kind of really sparks your interest a lot?
Has to be, I mean, I'm sure in most recent memory this would be everybody's answer, has to be the Ohio State game. I went as a fan that time, but the energy in that stadium, how loud it got, again, I'm going to say it, unreal, but it definitely my top moment as a fan here of the University of Oregon.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, G. If you were there at that game, absolutely insane all the way down to the last.
I didn't need to. I was there in 2017 when the Cougs beat, the
Oh
Ducks.
my gosh, Olivia, this is a Coug, by the way. If you didn't notice, this is yeah. Look at him like that. Look at him like that.
Yeah. Pac-12 traders right there.
Oh my gosh, no Pac-12 traders, and good for us. Olivia isn't going anywhere because now we're gonna do a little bit of a preview. We gotta look and see what's gonna happen this Saturday on the road.
The big. Oh my goodness! The big pink camera. Look at that iShow Speed City of Portland.
You're wild. Welcome back into KWVA Sports. You're wild. Anyways, joined by broadcaster from KWVA Sports and Big Ten Plus reporter Olivia. First of all, G.
What's up? Oh, you want me to ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the Oregon Ducks. How do you think they compare this year up to, what is it, week 5 that we're going into, compared to that last year's team under Dylan Gabriel?
Yeah, I think the one big thing that is really different is just the depth that this team has. I mean, specifically, if we look at the wide receiver room, last year it was Tez Johnson, Terrace Ferguson, Trayshawn Holden. They had just over 2,200 yards of offense. So that was, of course, a challenge to replace for the Ducks. But I think going into this year now, we're 4 games in. There's 5 different receivers that already have more than 100 receiving yards on the year. 2 of them, Malik Benson, Decorian Moore, each with over 200 yards. I think just the fact that Dan Lanning and that offense has so many options to look to down the field is one of the biggest difference. And you can say the same for the running back room, which has been such a big point of conversation, of course, this year. I mean, last year ran through Jordan James, Noah Whittington, of course, showing a lot of improvement this year. But the third leading rusher on the team last year for the Ducks was Dylan Gabriel, the quarterback. So you look at this year now where you have a decent amount of options, up to 7 options at running back that the Ducks can put in at any point. I think that's such an improvement, especially heading into Penn State. I think that is going to be so helpful for the team.
You talk about running backs, and Penn State's got a staple of them, but that environment is insane, absolutely insane. What's your thoughts on Oregon going into that whiteout environment in Penn State?
I think that, I mean, you said it yourself, that environment is just unreal. But I think if any team's going to go in and perform, it's going to be the Ducks. You saw them last year against Wisconsin, and when Wisconsin plays jump around, and you look on the sideline and you see the Ducks getting into it and jumping around with the rest of the stadium. I think the fact that Dan Lanning got the team to just channel that energy that's supposed to maybe intimidate another team or distract them, and really channel it and get them to use that in their favor, I think that's just really talks about the entire culture. I think the way the team's been preparing this weekend, you've heard it in the press conferences. A question was asked to Dan Lanning after the Oregon State win about, when do you start preparing? Like, when does the switch flip to Penn State? Is it tomorrow? Is it in 24 hours? Is it in 48 hours? And he looked and he said, the switch is already flipped. So I think, with a coach that has that energy and the way that the team is able to take that environment, like a Wisconsin game or even the whiteout game that they're going to be at, and just channel it and use it to their advantage, I think that's so special. And I think that's going to provide for a really good matchup.
Do you know what? She's really good. But
I know, right?
I was just watching the video, and do you know what that celebration is from?
No, where's that celebration from?
Olivia, you know where that celebration is from?
I actually don't. You stumped me.
You guys need to listen to the song "Take Me Through There." Okay?
Take me through there?
Yeah, just TikTok it. It's
oh my gosh. All
Olivia,
right.
I can already tell you we're going to bring you back sometime in the near future. And I hate to go back in history because we're talking about Penn State. But you, as a student, how do you feel about this rivalry game between Oregon State and Oregon? Does it mean anything for the students nowadays? I know the player said that it was still very meaningful to them, but I'm curious to know what you have to say.
Yeah, I think no matter what, no matter the Ducks giving a beat down to the Beavers, which is always nice to see, there's always going to be some meaning behind this game. I remember some of the big talk and reaction from fans when Oregon joined the Big Ten. One of the first questions that was asked is, what about the Oregon State game? What about the rivalry of I-5? That's such an important part to, this football program, to all of Oregon sports programs, just getting to play the Beavers and the Beavers getting to come to us going to them. I just think no matter the outcome of the game, there's always excitement from the fans, always excitement from the players, as you heard in press conferences. I think no matter what the outcome's going to be, there's always going to be excitement for this game. So I look forward to it. I'm sad they're not playing next year, but, excited for the next year after that.
Hold on now. They're going to figure something out. But we appreciate you, Olivia Arciniega, joining us. Hey, y'all never give it a clap at all. Big 10 plus.
Olivia.
There we go. You guys make sure to follow her on her social media. You see the hashtag, the handles right there on Twitter. What's your Instagram handle, by the way?
Same thing, without the 22. So Liv Arciniega.
There we go. Make sure to give her a follow. We appreciate you, Olivia, and good luck to the Ducks this weekend.
Of course. Thank you.
Thanks, Olivia.
And after